Hello, 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 you all. Come in, come in on this fabulous Friday. I know everyone is having a great day, and I'm going to make it even better. I'm at the gas pump, right? Like most of Americans, that's your time of reflecting place. That's the time that you actually see inflation, I think, in live and real. And I just want I'm gonna make this quick live stream. Again, come in, hit that thumbs up, that like and share button. And I'm gonna say this: a lot of people's problems is just not big enough, right? Their problems are that it's just not big enough, and specifically their financial problems. It's not big enough for them to take action, the action that they need. And I was on TikTok last night, and I saw a video that said on TikTok that this is going to be the last time for a lot of Black America to get rich, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with that. If I can, let me see if I can pull this video up. And let me see if I can pull this up. This is going to be the last time that Black America to get rich, the last opportunity for a lot of Black Americans to get rich, and they are sitting back, or even minorities. Hello, Dr. Forms. Thank you for coming in, saying hello. And a lot of Black Americans are sitting back doing nothing. Dan Pena said it this way: what are you going to tell your children and your grandchildren, maybe your nieces and nephews? What will you tell them that you were doing during the biggest reset, the greatest wealth transfer that this generation ever experienced?
Black people at scale are going to be able to get rich off of recession. So sometimes when you guys are in the comments and taking it lightly, the conversations that I'm having with people, everyone's like, yo, just take care of you and don't worry about the culture. Black, brown, white, Asian, Jewish, etc. I know I can't do that. But what I do know for sure, if we do not capitalize off of this recession, you think it's bad now, we haven't even dropped where we should be. And if they take out quantitative easing until 2026 or 2027, which they should, we're going to see a slow depression like we've never seen.
Right, like you said, people, he said, do it for the culture. I just got a text message from my home-based business that I got paid. If you heard the text message on my phone. And people, that's why I have cash flow on the screen. A lot of people tell him to do it for the culture, right? You hear the text message in the background. That's my daily pay. That's my daily pay. Not getting paid. Some people, that they would take more pride in getting paid hourly than daily. And some people would take more pride in getting paid with active income versus residual income. Some people take pride in owning a business versus owning a business system that you can get residual pay. And that's okay. That's okay. Because, as I made the post on my Facebook, that a lot of people, due to the recession, thought that they were richer, than what they were because of PPP loan and stimulus checks, and they went out and they got vehicles that they that they could not afford. Hello, Coach TP. I had to go on my other phone to see your name. Hey, Coach TP. And they could not afford, and now vehicles are getting repossessed. So I don't know what your mindset is going into the biggest wealth transfer that you can ever experience. But like I've been telling people, listen, if you want to overpay your paycheck, like within 24 hours where you can get instant money out of a paycheck if you're working a job. People, if you're working a job, I just passed by an exit sign, for example. That's right, Dr. Forms, getting paid every day. I just passed by an exit sign, and that sign said plant entry. The sign said plant entry. And immediately, for some reason, I thought about plantation. It was a plant entry sign going into a warehouse, and I thought about plantation. So similar, and sometimes the terminology just changes, but the concept remains the same, and people don't get it. They tweak the word a little bit, and the concept remains the same. This is nothing against anyone that may work at a warehouse, that works at a plant, or no pun intended. But what I'm saying is the game right now that's being played in America it's either going to be the haves or have-nots. It's either going to be the haves or have-nots. As that video I just shared said, when quantitative easing stops, and this is not a recession. I've been telling people we are in inflation. People think because they're spending an extra $200 a month in gas and maybe an extra $150 in groceries that this is recession. No, this is not recession. I promise you, this is not recession. You're going to see recession when people cannot drive. They calling in to work because they cannot afford to travel and get gas prices. You're going to see recession when people will start calling you, asking you, can you help them with grocery money to make grocery money. And people, again, no pun intended, but I was having a conversation, and you all hit the thumbs up, hit that like and share button. But I was having a conversation with my uncle this morning, who is a six-figure income earner, and he considers himself middle class, and he says that he considers in his income, it's over 200,000, right? It's over 200,000, and he considers himself middle class. And he said, I continue to remind myself that because I want to be in the wealth bracket. I want to be a seven-figure income earner, and I push myself every day and remind myself that I am just middle class. He said, I do not lie to myself and tell myself I'm middle class. He said, if I was earning $50,000 a year, I would not call myself middle class. I would not lie to myself. And he said the reason why most people don't advance financially is because they lie to themselves. They give themselves a label that I'm making $50,000, $60,000 a year, and I'm middle class. Listen, it's 75 million Americans that earn about $36,000 a year. And let me give you a scenario before you just think that these are low-income jobs, because some of them are like hospitality, retail jobs. But I just read an article this morning that a retired man from California whose retirement and Social Security equals about $36,000 a year is asking what city can he relocate in and live off that retirement, because he cannot live out that retirement in California now, and where he has to pay less state taxes. Because I tell people all the time, taxes is your biggest stealer of wealth. And if you have a job, your taxes come off top, or you're a 1099 through federal taxes, and that's money you can be paying yourself instead of paying the feds or the government. Right? So that's why I tell people to text cash flow to the number on the screen. And then if you have your own business, although you don't get taxed first, you get taxed the worst. More money, as P. Diddy, Puff Daddy would say, more problems. More money, more problems. And so if you don't have 470 tax credits and tax solutions to help you offset those problems, you are going to be a part of the have-nots. It's not going to be a middle class any more, people. This time when this hit, it's not going to be a middle class. See, a lot of people that's middle income are saying they're middle class. No, you're middle income. See, those stimulus checks and PPPs made people think they were richer than what they are, again, and now you got repossessions coming in. Now you got things they can't afford being taken away. Hey, Patrice. Hey, what's up? Yeah, 50K isn't middle class. You're middle income. And if you want to be honest about it, really middle income is 100K. Say I'm a working class. And this is not to degrade anyone or anything, but you got to be real with yourself and your finances and quit lying to yourself and labeling yourself that you are not, or you will get comfortable in your living paycheck to paycheck, and you will never do anything to level up. You will think it's okay to be at 50K. Let me tell you something. I was 16 years of public school system, and I thought my paycheck was okay. I was working in the public school system, and at the end of the year, we get a contract, right? Contract to work that we sign. And I think that my contract that time was an annual income. This is before taxes, not after taxes. It was right at $52,000 a year. And I sent that screenshot to my uncle. And I said, you know, sometimes I work 14 hours a day, especially if I'm coaching basketball. And this is what this pays annually. My uncle sent me a screenshot of his annual earnings for the end of the year. He was getting a third of that taken out in taxes. My whole annual income as a teacher and a coach. This was about 3 years ago. And I saw those six figures on his income. And I saw his W-2 and what he made for the year. And I'm like, you know what? You better level up because there's more money out here. This is ridiculous what you're making, and you need to level up. He made, let me get the math right. Yeah, 5 times what I made. And you need to be around people like that in your circle. See, the average income of your 5 closest people that you call your friends is where your income level will remain. So, for example, if my 5 closest friends are teachers in the school system that make $52,000, I would stay on a mindset of a $52,000 income. I'm telling you, that's how it works. Now, Queen, you can no. Listen, I still got my friends. Don't get me wrong. We still socialize, but I don't talk to them about money. I don't talk to them about money. I just don't. We socialize. We get margaritas. We go out to the Mexican restaurant. We can do Essence together. We can do music festivals. We can do outings. I do not have money conversations with them. I don't even try because the conversation is different. You know, me trying to explain to them that, you know, you can get more money out of your paycheck instead of paying federal taxes, I'm like, you don't get that. All you got to do is add the home-based business. And instead of you struggling living paycheck to paycheck, at least you can give yourself a $500 pay raise. That's what the government has in place. They don't get it. But I talked to my uncle. The conversation is different, totally different. When I'm talking to a 6-figure income earner When I'm around millionaires, they do not allow me to think or talk small. See, when you're around people that's your same income, the stuff that comes out of your mouth, you are so accustomed to, you don't know that small thinking. I asked somebody, one of my friends the other day, I said, why would you want unlimited medical services for life, right? I said, because I would be afraid that if they knew if I had unlimited medical services, they'll try to keep me in rotation to give me unlimited medical treatment, and they'll always be diagnosing me and prescribing me something, right? And she said, well, I pay about $1,000 a month just for insurance, and I would like for that to go away. I said, oh, okay, I understand that. I said, but did you know in the home-based business there are tax advantages for people that pay their own insurance that you can get, and you can invest in it for under $150? See, their mindset immediately wants to give me something free versus give me a strategy that'll work, that'll offset what I got, knowing that free will never happen anyway. And then I was like, well, have you ever thought about ways to level up your income? Because you're not going to get unlimited medical service unless you're on Medicaid, and those services are going to be suppressed, right? You're not going to get the best doctors, the best clinics, the best hospitals. And I said, what about just leveling up your income to where $1,000 a month is like nothing to you? That thought don't even come across the mind. The conversations are different. It's a different breath of life when you are around 6- and 7-figure income earners. I would just say something just out of my subconscious mind, and they like, listen, sis, you need to think bigger than that. I'm like, what happened? What did I say? You thinking, $200 a day residual is good? Now, sis, you need to know what it's like to get 30, 50K a month at least. So you need those type of people around you who don't let you be comfortable with being mediocre. And so with that being said, yes, they still my friends. I socialize with them. I have a good time. But when it comes time for a money conversation, a mindset conversation, I do not talk to them. I listen to them complain about their finances. They know what I do. They know I can help them. But if they want to stay in that position, if they want to continue to not learn how to leverage their credit to get assets, if they want to continue to overpay in taxes out their paycheck when that money can be coming back to them, and they want to give the government a tax-free loan all year at 0% interest, then that's their choice. But let me tell you something. You're about to be pushed in a corner that you're going to change for two reasons, either out of pain or pleasure. And if for some people, if they don't take advantage of these assets for the resets, yes, I am still saying cryptocurrency. Even though Bitcoin took its big crash, I'm still saying cryptocurrency because I study it and I know. I know that I know. I'm not even sure right now the housing market is going to have a crash. It might take a dip. You know why? Because everything right now is manipulated. They have stopped building new houses just for the supply and demand, right? This is my uncle and I was talking about this morning. Just to manipulate the supply and demand. He told me in Texas right now is, I think, 9,000 people that want to be home buyers, but they stopped building the houses. Just plots out there that they're not building so they can keep this manipulation going on with supply and demand. So you're going to see a housing market take a dip, but you may not see a crash. And then these big institutional investors and even outside investors, including China, is coming in and purchasing these half-finished projects. And they are going to make more people renters than home buyers, and I'm saying home buyers because most people never go into home ownership. They just pay a mortgage on the house because they don't understand the strategy of gaining extra cash flow and then applying principal only payments towards a house mortgage to reduce thousands in taxes. Let me give you all a free tool that you can use. If you have Credit Karma, I really like this with Credit Karma. If you have this with Credit Karma, go into Credit Karma. If your mortgage or your vehicle note is showing on your credit report, and you can click on that. They have a calculator built inside Credit Karma, and they will tell you, for example, with your mortgage, or it will tell you that if it's how much interest you can save if you paid your mortgage biweekly or if you made principal only payments. And you can put the amount. If you want to make, for example, an extra $200 towards the principal. Now, some mortgages don't allow you to do this, but some of them do. Check with whoever is financing your home for you. And you will see if you just apply the extra $100 toward the principal or $200 towards the principal, how much that can save you maybe $15,000 or $16,000 towards your loan. Because most people don't even know it doesn't matter if you have a 2% interest rate. That's why I don't even tell people to refinance, because you recalculate that upfront interest all over again and you get extra fees. And a lot of people refinance because they thought that lower interest rate was going to save them so much money on their home, when all they had to do was take the extra cash flow that they got out of their paycheck by using the home-based strategies and applying it toward the principal mortgage. And they could have saved so much money by doing that strategy than getting extra fees, and now you're uploaded again with interest rates. Because it doesn't matter, your interest rate can be 2%, you're still going to pay about 78% of that loan back in interest. Your first 15, and I prefer with a 30-year than a 15-year, because at least with a 30-year you'll have lower monthly payments, and that'll free up you more cash flow to make towards the principal. That's just, But most things, people don't have extra cash flow, or they don't manage for extra cash flow, or they don't even want to, take time to research. So if you think that this is recession, and you're not the only one, you got Wells Fargo, you got a lot of big banks and institutions that's saying that this is recession, but I'm here to tell you people this is inflation. This is inflation. Recession is going to start when the Fed meet in a couple of days and raise the base interest points again. When those credit card interests get larger, when those vehicle, for the people that hadn't got them repossessed, when those vehicle interest rates increase on the loan you already got. You all do know that 80,000 truckers in California, for example, are not working. They're not, because they are gig workers and independent contractors in the state of California, along with the Biden administration, said that they don't want gig workers or independent contractors working anymore in truckers. So that's 80,000 truckers since yesterday that will not be shipping items in from the supply chains out of California into other states. You know what that's going to do even more to grocery prices within the next couple of days and weeks. You know what that's going to do? So know the difference between middle class and middle income, so you can look yourself in the mirror and level up. The very first step, in my opinion, of becoming a millionaire is getting the maximum amount of money out of your paycheck, shifting that money back to you. And if you're a small business owner, getting more tax credit, getting thousands back from the government. If you don't know how to shift money back to you from the government, it does not matter how big your income is. in a sense, right? Because you have a lot of people that make middle income, and they make quotes like, it doesn't matter about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. Oh, that's a lie. In this inflation economy, it both of them matters. Stop saying that lie. I don't mean any harm. This is just to challenge you. You make about 50K a year or lower, or even 60K. It's about how much money you make and keep, because you can't control inflation. You can't control inflation. You know, gas prices get to um, six, like what California prices are, and like the 70-year-old man, it was 38,000 in retirement. He can't afford to live in California, so it is about how much you make, and he's trying to figure out a way to save in taxes. It's about how much you keep too. So the very first step in becoming a 6 or 7 figure income earner is getting back that's being